Now, Memorial Day has been around. It was created after the war between the states, so we could have a day for remembrance. But what about those before? And I'm not just talking the wars. There were many Americans, or even before America was America, who sacrificed, who died, who fought so that we could have what we have today. And so I want to talk about them a little bit. And I'm going to go all the way back, no, not all the way back to Adam and Eve, but back to the Pilgrims, back to the early settlement. And not everybody knows the real story about the Pilgrims. We hear about the nice tidy outfits with the buckled shoes, and the funny looking hats and all that jazz. But we really don't know what was really going on. And we go back to the 1500s and Queen Mary, and this is where the term Bloody Mary comes from. She believed in Catholicism, and all Protestants were basically targeted. And hundreds of Protestants were killed, executed, exiled, jailed, fined. And the exiles, many of them wound up in Geneva, Switzerland, and they created what was called the Geneva Bible. The Geneva Bible was the Bible that the Pilgrims and those at Jamestown brought with them when they came to America. And the Geneva Bible was a special Bible because it had commentary in it. So you had the columns with the word, and then on the outside there was columns with commentary. And among that commentary was the argument that the divine right of kings was not biblical. Well, there was this guy named King James that thought that was just ridiculous, and so he decided to create his own Bible called the King James Bible. Don't get me wrong, when it comes to translation, King James Bible is a wonderful Bible, but the purpose of creating the King James Bible was to get rid of that commentary. The divine right of kings, he was God's voice. Disagree with him is disagree with God. That's a great deal if you're a tyrant. Yeah. And so what had happened over time also is we wound up with the Church of England in England, and I'm not going to go through the whole story, but basically it had to do with a king wanting a divorce. Ultimately, that's what it came down to, and or an annulment. But anyway, so we have this Church of England that becomes just as tyrannical as the Catholic Church had been when it was in control in Britain and England, and over time it became the established church. If you weren't a member of the Church of England, you didn't worship at their services, you didn't follow the rules, and you weren't an active member, you could be fined, you could be jailed, or you could be exiled.